Hello everybody, this is Charles and I am back with another toy review, this time for the Hachette Mazinger Z Volume 50, 51, 52 and 53. Alright, so I got this in the mail today and for this week's, this time's review, we are going to assemble the right and left knee. Okay, so before that, we have the 4 magazines which I'm going to just go through quickly. So for Volume 50, okay, we see we're going to form one part of the left knee. Okay, and then over here, you do see the assembly guide. Okay, over here, and then we have the mechanical file over here. Got the submarine, and then we have the mechanical base for episode 49. Shots. Okay, and this is for volume 50. Okay, volume 51, this is for the second part or second half of the left knee. Okay, assembly guide. Okay, over here we have episode 50 and the mechanical beast, some episode features, screenshots, a character file of one of the professors. Then we have some artwork, very nice Mazinger artwork over here. Okay, this is volume 51. So magazine for volume 52. And we're gonna form the first half of the right kneecap. Okay, assembly guide. Okay, mechanical file focusing on the hover powder. Okay, over here. Then episode 51 and the mechanical beast. Okay, very cool. So we're gonna keep this over here for the time being, and then volume 53. Okay, volume 53, the second half of the right knee. Assembly guide. Episode 52 and the mechanical beast. Okay. Here and another character file, one of the other professors for the Mazinger Z. Okay, some artwork. And then for this preview for volume 54, so it just says leg assembly, but it didn't specify right or left side, so this is going to be interesting because right now I have totally no idea, but we shall see. Okay, so because we're assembling the right and the left knees for this review, I've actually assembled the left knee prior to this review because it's going to be exactly the same thing. So this is how the left knee looks like. Okay, this is how the left knee looks like. So I actually assembled this prior to the review, because we're going to do the same thing and then there's no point to actually show the same thing twice. So this is the left knee, okay? So this is going to be this side. I'm going to put this aside for now. So for this review, you just need to have this Allen key, the smaller Allen key that comes with the figure. And we're going to have these parts, okay, which is volume 52 and 53. And we're going to use this, which is the part from volume 49. Okay, let me just take this out first because we'll be using this right off the bat. Okay, this is the whole die cast joint assembly. And we're going to start off with this. This is volume 52, so I just have to take this out first. Put the tray. Okay. So all the parts here are entirely die cast, so it's really awesome. Okay, we're gonna have the screws, so just make sure we don't mix up the screws. I'm just gonna put them separately. Okay, one set of screws here, and then we have the nuts over here, and then we have 3 different screws. Okay, the smaller screws I'll put them here separately. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So volume 52, let's get started. Okay, let me just move the parts aside for a while. And then we'll look at volume 52. So we're gonna assemble this. First thing first, we need to assemble this portion. Okay, let me get this standing. Okay, I'll flatten this. Okay, no worries. So we're first gonna get this part done. So this star-shaped part, we're gonna slot this in. So it's quite a no-brainer way to slot in because you actually see the holes over here. So once this is done, we're gonna get the screws, which is screws parts, let me see, 52-05, 52-05. Okay, the one, the multiple ones. So these are the ones. We're gonna get 2 of this. Okay, 2 of this. I'm gonna add the washer to it. Let me just get the washer parts. 1. Okay, 2. So once we got this, we're just going to put this in. It's going to be very straightforward assembly. So this review, the assembly is going to be pretty straightforward and simple. Oops. Pardon my butterfingers. Okay, just going to put this here. Very easy peasy assembly. Okay. I'm gonna do the other side first before we tighten it completely. Okay, make sure everything is in. Okay, it's going in very nicely. Okay, so right now I'm tightening this part. Okay, this is done. Let's tighten the other side. Okay. And then let's go to the shorter end of the Allen key. Just have another notch of tightening. Okay, I think this is good. And for the other side, it looks like, well, okay, the other side is actually already very tight, so I'm not going to tighten it any further. But just to make sure, just try to tighten it a bit more. Okay, so this part is done. So the star shape part is actually done. Okay, this is how it's gonna look like. Okay, and then next thing what we need to do actually to put it in also over here. So over here we just want to make sure the direction is as such. So the point to note is that, okay, this, okay, you see at the bottom there's this 3 pins. Okay, so it'll be facing here. So when I assemble this thing in, this 3 pin has to be facing this direction. So this has to be going in this direction. Okay, let me see how it works. Is it this side? Yeah, so it's supposed to go in this way. So after going in this way, okay, we just make sure that this is how it looks. Okay, based on the picture, we do see here the screws are aligned. The bottom is here. Okay, and then we're gonna take another 2 screws, which is screw 52-2, which is the big ones. Okay, the long ones. So I'm gonna get this. 1. Okay, 2. So next part of assembly, just gonna put this in over here. Then we'll just screw it in. Okay, this is very smooth. Okay, and we'll do the other, likewise for the other side. Okay, this goes in very smoothly as well, which is very cool. So tightening the screws over here. Done. Tightening for this side. Okay, then we just use the short end of the Allen key. Just have another round of tightening. Okay, it's very tight over here, so that's not over tightening. Okay, so this is done. All right. So we have this part actually done. Let's look at the alignment. Looks good. Looks okay. Great. This is done. So last part of this review actually to put this in. All right. So you need to actually put this in over here. Okay, making sure it aligns. So I'm just checking the picture to make sure that I got the positions aligned correctly. Okay, so first thing first, you gotta put this part. This part has to be put in here, and this part, okay, doesn't need to be screwed. So you need to screw for these 3 parts. So you don't need to screw for the bottom part, which is actually quite difficult to screw to begin with. So you need to align them nicely as such. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna use the bigger screws, which is screws number. Okay, let me just check to make sure. Screws 52-05. Which are the bigger ones as well. Okay, this is interesting. 52-05. So have I missed out something. Oh, okay, I've got it wrong. Okay, I've got 2 screws wrong. Okay, so for this two, okay, these 2 screws, I got them wrong. I should have been using another screw, so I'm gonna unscrew them right now. So sorry about it. Okay, sometimes you do make mistakes in the assembly, but fortunately I think this is a mistake that can be salvaged, so it's okay. So I should be using the smaller screw rather than the larger one. Okay, fortunately it's not a fatal mistake that I can actually salvage easily, so I'm going to take this out. Okay, likewise I'm going to take this out. Okay, so I'm supposed to use the shorter or the longer ones? Okay, gosh, I think I got myself pretty much quite confused over here. Which ones did I actually use earlier on? The 4 are the shorter ones. Okay, I only have 3 of them, so these are the longer ones. These are supposedly the longer ones. Let me just check. Yeah, these are the longer ones. Okay, got them verified. These are the longer ones. Okay, we should not be used. I should be using the shorter ones. Okay, let me just double check them. Yep, I should be using the shorter ones. Okay, my mistake. So I should be using this, which are the shorter ones, which should go into assembly over here. No biggie. Okay, just make sure the alignment is correct. Okay, minor mistake, my bad. But fortunately, like I said, the problem can be salvaged. So looking at the picture, this looks correct. Okay, just gonna tighten this. So get this out of the screw part. Okay. Actually, in hindsight, when I look at it, it doesn't really matter which one, but because the screws both fit in, just that one is longer and one is shorter. But I think for the sake of the accuracy of the figure, let's make sure that I screw the correct one inside. Okay, tightening this over here. Tightening this with the short end. Okay, so this part is done. So let me just do a quick check on the illustration again to make sure this is correct. So okay, this looks accurate. All right, so we're gonna assemble this part over here right now. Okay, so what we're gonna do first, just gonna assemble one of this, get one of them in. So once we get one of them in, it should be pretty straightforward. So just align this at the bottom first. Okay, and we just get one of them in. Okay, and I think I got it in pretty nicely. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I shall go to the next one, get it in over here. Okay, very smooth assembly for this one. A little shaky, but considerably smooth. And we go for the last one. This will be the long screw. Okay, just let me make sure you got it correct. This is the long screw. Okay, and it'll be inside here. Okay, tightening this to make sure it goes in nicely. Okay, tighten this as well. Let me tighten this one. Okay, so just make sure everything's tightened. We go to the short end of the Allen key. Okay, you can tighten it a little bit more, as we can see over here. Okay, I think this is pretty much the maximum I can do for this. Tightening this part over here now. The center one, which is a little bit tighter. Tightening this. Okay, let me just check. So make sure it's hardy, it's not wobbly. Okay, but let's just try to tighten it a little bit more so that it's think this is okay. I'm not going to tighten it any further. This is okay as well. And likewise, I think this should be okay. Yep, this is okay. So we're done. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what we're done for the first half of the right kneecap. Again, check the illustration, make sure everything is correct. Okay, points to note. Okay, this is how it should look. 3 pins. Okay, all aligned. So we are done for volume 52. Okay, so volume 53 is the second half of this. Basically just 2 parts. All the screws are the same, fortunately. So let's get down to business. Just gonna review this. So again, this part is entirely die-cut as well, so it's really awesome. Pure die-cast. Over here, we're just gonna open the screws. Doesn't matter, we need to separate them because they're all the same. So assembly guide. First part, we're just gonna put these 2 parts together. Okay. So this part, we're gonna put this together. Okay, we're gonna join these 2 parts together. So over here, we're gonna make sure the screws here are tightened. So let me just get the screws ready first. I'm gonna get most of them ready for the review. Okay, doesn't matter. I just let the magazine collapse. It's fine. So we're gonna have quite a number of screws. I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think at least 6. So I just prepare 6 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so first off, I'm going to screw this in over here. So this will go inside here. Just align them nicely and then we just screw. Yeah. Pretty straightforward for this. So you see, we are trying to put these 2 parts together, so not too tight first. Okay. Over here, now go into here. Pretty straightforward. Let's tighten this. Okay, this is done. Tighten this. Okay, so again, let's use the short end of the Allen key to tighten it a bit more. I think it's okay. Okay, and we're done. So this part we're done. Okay, so we have this part of kneecap done. Next part we need to do is actually to make sure that we align this. So the position is have to be like this, and this plate goes in as such. Okay, oops. So you need to align the plate, okay, such that the 3 pins go into 3 holes over here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and the rest we're going to just screw it into this 4 other holes, okay, which I'll do right now. So let's start with 1. This should be easy peasy. Okay, straightforward. Just get 1 in first, then we get the other 3 in. Okay. Yep. 2. 3. And the last one, 4. Okay, so we got all the in. Let's tighten them. Okay, tighten them. Then we use the final tightening of the short end of the Allen key. Just the final tightening. Okay, done for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we are done. So really nice. So we left this 4 parts. So hand in, and then here we are done with the right kneecap. Okay. So assembly, it looks correct. Yeah. So right now, just looking at the right and the left kneecap, they do look exactly the same to me. So even the over here, you see,
I was expecting this to be like a mirror image, but apparently not. So somehow based, I think for the assembly, right, these are going to be the same. So I think I'm gonna label this carefully. This is gonna be the left, this is the left knee, this is the right knee. So just to make sure this is correct. So this one I'm gonna make sure, yeah, just check the instructions again. This is the one I just made. Okay, put this aside here. So this is for the right kneecap. So this, based on the menu, this is the one here, and this is the one here which I previously assembled. Okay, so right now we're gonna see how this figure looks. Okay, it's gonna be very, very tall. I'm just gonna attempt to put this together. So this actually fits in very nicely, just that it's not being screwed yet. Okay, whoa. Okay, we do see that. Okay, this is very high, this is very tall, but it definitely cannot sustain, because right now I think the weight, the center of gravity. I mean, just try and see if I can make it stand a little bit. Okay, so I shifted the center of gravity slightly forward, so I created some sort of balance for this figure, but I don't feel very assured. But right now, as you can see, okay, I'm gonna use my hand to support this, okay, in case it falls. So you can see from the bottom all the way to the top, this is really, really huge. This is really, really tall and really, really huge. But I'm not confident to leave it this way, because no, it's not screwed on, and then it does feel very wobbly. So let's not risk breaking anything, especially not breaking my table. So we're gonna have this, all right, here, and the kneecaps here, left and right kneecaps over here. Let me just adjust this a little bit backwards. Okay. So the assembly is done for this review. Okay, prior to that, I've actually got the arms ready. Okay, I'm gonna just slide them in here. I got the hover powder and the Mazinger head ready as well, but you know, Mazinger face has fallen off because the head has toppled over in my desk. But no worries, we can just slot this back in. Okay, and we just put the hover powder back here. Okay, let's let it rest over here. Okay, really cool, really impressed. So right now I'm going to look at the camera a little bit. Okay, maybe I should just shift the arms back a little bit. Okay, and over here. So here right now we are capturing the entirety of what we have for the Mazinger, Hachette Mazinger Z up to volume 53. So in this retrospect we are 53% done. Let me just move this out a little bit. We are 53% done for the Hachette Mazinger Z. Let's, okay, stay there. Okay, cool. So this is where we are, 53% done. I think it's really awesome, really cool. Really so looking forward to the next few issues, whereby I'm not really sure what they assemble. So when I look at volume 54, what it says is that what it says on the packaging is that on the magazine is that it's going to form the leg, but it doesn't say which part of the leg. It doesn't say left leg or right leg or anything. It just says leg portion, so it could be anything. But we'll soon find out tomorrow when the new issue is actually released. But you'll probably hear from me 1 month later from now as I consolidate 4 volumes before I ship them over and do assembly at one shot. So this is really an awesome looking figure. It's really heavy. Okay, really looking forward to it. These are 2 solid kneecaps. Okay, unfortunately right now the joint is just too tight. There's no way that I can actually move the kneecap, but you do see that based on the allowance they're given here, right, you can probably make close to a 90 degrees bend backwards. But whether or not the arm, after putting on the armor, it does allow this level of articulation, we'll have to see when the armor actually assembled onto the leg itself. But this is really awesome, and I'm really looking forward to it, especially in the next few issues. Hopefully, no, we can start to build the lower body, lower part of the body, and then start assembling the skeleton, and then put it on the armor parts, and then it'll be really awesome. So here's Charles signing off with yet another toy review. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Do stay tuned to my channel for more reviews next time.